Hi guys, so Hiran Murray here, co-founder of Sublime Trading, here with your daily update for the UK and US indices for Thursday the 28th of May. Alright guys, hope you're well, hope you've had a great week. Let's get straight into the US stock market, starting with the all-important S&P 500. Now the S&P 500 is really our primary indicator of market conditions, and yesterday was an important and significant day in the recovery of the stock market. So what we saw was price not only break but also close above the 200 simple moving average. Now the 200 simple moving average is used to give us a bias to the market. So if price is above, it has a bullish bias. If price is below, it has a bearish bias. Now price has closed above the 200 simple moving average for the first time since the start of March. So we now have a bullish bias in the US stock market, and we can now start looking for long opportunities. So an important day yesterday. Whether it will hold is very much down to the forces of the market. So for now, we do have officially a bullish bias to the stock market, and we will start looking for long opportunities. Moving to the Dow Jones and also the Nasdaq, both of them saw bullish days yesterday, but it's really the S&P 500 which is the primary indicator to the market conditions that we're dealing with. And as the S&P 500 is looking bullish, we want to now start looking for long opportunities. Now also note that yesterday during the day the candlestick was bearish, and I've said pretty much in every recording that you always want to wait until the end of the day to really get an understanding what kind of candlestick you're dealing with. Yesterday, by the end of play, the market had totally reversed from bearish and closed bullish, which is very, very significant. Okay, so moving to the Footsie 100, the UK index. Yesterday also was a bullish day. It attempted to break through the high of April but failed. But today, so far, we are seeing bullishness, and price again is trading above the high of April. So if we do get that close above the high of April, then we can also expect price to start moving towards the 200 moving average. Now remember, it's the US market that leads the way, and then the UK tends to follow. So if the S&P 500 continues on this bullish climb, then we can expect the UK market to follow. So once again, an important day yesterday, significant day yesterday. The S&P 500 broke and closed above the 200 simple moving average. So your bias should now be bullish, and you should be looking for long opportunities. Let's switch over to the charts to have a more detailed look at price action.
So guys, if you're new to these daily updates, then I recommend starting with the recording that's pinned to the top of our Facebook page so that you get a good understanding of what I go through in these charts. Okay, so as always, this is our 3-screen setup. We have the monthly in the top left, weekly in the top right, and our daily chart down here across the bottom. We'll start with the Footsie 100 on the monthly time frame. We can see now May looking very, very bullish. It's trading above the high of last month. What we want to see now is a close above this level by the end of May. In terms of a percentage move to the upside since the start of the month, we are seeing a move of over 10% to the upside, which is a positive sign of a potential continuation towards this red line, which is the low of last year. Now on the weekly time frame, price is below the 200 and the 50 simple moving averages. We can see this bullish revival to the upside, and we can see a continuation so far this week with price trading above this high. We want to see price close above this level by the end of play tomorrow. And if you come down to the daily time frame, price is below the 200 moving average but finding support at the 20 and the 50 simple moving averages, and so far today price action is trading above the high of April. So what we want to see is price close above this level, and then ideally further strength towards the 200 moving average. Okay, let's move into the US market, starting with the Dow Jones. Overall, we know that May has been looking bullish in terms of a percentage move. We have seen a move of over 13% to the upside since the start of May. Be interesting to see how it closes, but still inside the annual levels of last year. If we move across to the weekly time frame, price above the 200 moving average but below the 50 simple moving average. A bullish week this week with a gap up, and that's taken price above the high of last month, which is positive. We can see that in more detail on the daily. Price is below the 200 moving average, but we're seeing bullishness, gaps as well in the direction of the bullish trend. We can see that price is trading above this previous area of resistance, which was the high of April. So we want to see price close above this level. Ideally, we want to see the 200 moving average cleared and then strength towards the 200 moving towards the current all-time high. Moving to the S&P 500, starting with the monthly. Again, bullish May so far, still trading inside the annual levels of last year. Ideally, we want to see price move towards the high of last year and then clear that and move towards the current all-time high. In terms of a percentage move, we have seen a move of almost 10% to the upside since the start of the month. Now, weekly time frame looking very positive, above the 200 moving average, above the 50 simple moving average. We want to see price close above this level by the end of the week, and it's above that 3,000 round number. And on the daily time frame, if I just open up the daily time frame, we can see yesterday's bar was trading below the 200 moving average. The bulls came in and pushed price back up. So I've mentioned before, we always want to look at the end of day candlestick. Price is now trading above the 200 moving average. What we want to see is that further momentum towards the all-time high. What we don't want is a pop and a drop where prices popped above the 200 moving average and then drops back to the 20 simple moving average. We want to see this area hold strong as support. That includes a 3,000 round number. So we may see strength and then a pullback to retest it, but ultimately we want to see a continuation towards that current all-time high. Now, moving across to the Nasdaq. Nasdaq very much leading away. It's trading above the high of last year. A bullish May so far. In terms of a percentage move, we have seen a move. Let me just take that off the chart a little bit. Okay. We have seen a move of around, almost 9%. Over 9%, between 9 and 10% since the start of the month to the upside. On the weekly time frame, price above the 200 and the 50 simple moving average. Bearish looking week, but you can see the bulls are coming in and pushing price up. So really looking to attack that current all-time high. And on the daily time frame, we can see that the 20 simple moving average is acting as support. Again, if you look at yesterday's candlestick, quite a volatile day, very bearish at one point. The bulls came in and pushed price back up. So always important to look at the end of day candlestick. We can see a breakout above the high of Tuesday will suggest a continuation to the current all-time high. Moving to the S&P 500 mini, what we really want to see is what pre-market action is looking like, and that will then inject further bullishness into the trend. We can see that May is looking bullish, but still inside the annual levels of last year. On the weekly time frame, price above the 200 and the 50 simple moving averages. We want to see price close above the 50 simple moving average. And on the daily time frame, we can see that price is trading above the 200 and the 3,000 round number. It's above the 20 and the 50 simple moving averages. And so far, we're seeing a little bit of bullishness at the start of play today, pre-market action today. So it'll be interesting to see what happens at market open and also how the day ends. Ideally, we want to see further bullishness to the upside. So interesting times. We are now very much bullish, and we are now looking for long opportunities as long as price holds above the 200 moving average on the S&P 500 on the daily time frame. Okay guys, that's me for today. Please like, comment and share. Let's get these recordings out there. Let's get people understanding how to use the indices correctly to build a solid investment portfolio. And I will be back tomorrow for the final recording of the week.